100% of the signatures are verified on the mail ballots that are coming through this office. Do not talk yourself into accepting it if you are not comfortable.
So how do they get comfortable? For starters, the county has records of our signatures. I wondered what they had on me. Here's what I got back. Images of the 15 early ballots I've signed in the 8 years since getting my citizenship. If you've cast an early ballot before, and more than 75% of us have, you signed the front of the envelope, so the county has an image of that signature on file. Also on file, the signature on your voter registration form. If that fails, they can compare your ballot signature to your driver's license. You should know that just 0.02% of ballots, 307, were rejected in 2018 because of bad signatures.
The review in level 2?
Identifying that they're inconsistent, move it to level 2.
Yes, that could be one of the ones that is indeed to also include, I may be overstepping, also a no signature. There is no 11 broad characteristics to look at for a no signature.
Okay, but
that could be 1 second as well.
But let's go back to just 2 that I both have a period. They both have a last name with a big fancy letter on the front, but something's just not right. It's not a match. You can figure that out pretty quickly, couldn't you?
And we actually train to our level 1 users and actually have emphasized this quality. And if they don't feel that, indeed, we ask them to exception so it can go through that higher level review.
Now, in your experience, Ray, doctors aren't the only Americans who've got bad handwriting. Is that correct? Well, what if that little scribble was an exact match? How long would that take?
As mentioned already, that if it was the exact same flourishes and strokes, that would take between 2 seconds to 4 seconds to infer and look at that to say those are similar and consistent.
So in fact, so if there was a voter who was an anesthesiologist and wrote all kinds of weird stuff in his name, and you might never be able to decipher the name of that doctor, you might still have exemplars that match. And you'd never actually read the name, but you would match the signatures, correct?
Under the...
Object, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
Were you able to determine whether they were similar or dissimilar from the exemplars provided in the registrar's record?
In the manager's level 2, where we have a repository of every single official registration record to include registration form, past affidavits, and a lot of folks may not be aware, but when you check into the polling place, you sign a roster, showed ID, that's a vetted signature. That too is available to that manager level 2 reviewer.
In your experience, does level 2 review take longer than level 1?
Absolutely. It's intended that they were a military and overseas bout. So even the remaining that we're saying, well, what justify those, then that could be, very well be, a Reynaldo Valenzuela with a big flourish R that had a Reynaldo Valenzuela exemplar, and it took the individual level 1 voter to say that is a consistent signature without doubt. Even looking at the first exemplar and counting 1001, 1002, good. So there is that potential that there are those exact match, but the majority, the bulk, are those in-person voters, 44,799, the cured that have a stamp, 15,411, and the military and overseas. A Reynaldo Valenzuela with a big flourish R that had a Reynaldo Valenzuela exemplar, and it took the individual level 1 voter to say that is a consistent signature without doubt. Even looking at the first exemplar and counting 1001, 1002, good. A Reynaldo Valenzuela with a big flourish R that had a Reynaldo Valenzuela exemplar, and it took the individual level 1 voter to say that is a consistent signature without doubt. Even looking at the first exemplar and counting 1001, 1002, a Reynaldo Valenzuela with a big flourish R that had a Reynaldo Valenzuela exemplar, and it took the individual level 1 voter to say that is a consistent signature without doubt. Even looking at the first exemplar and counting 1001, 1002, good. A Reynaldo Valenzuela with a big flourish R that had a Reynaldo Valenzuela exemplar, and it took the individual level 1 voter to say that is a consistent signature without doubt. Even looking at the first exemplar and counting 1001, 1002, good.